Terror at Sea, inside the Anthem of the Sea's Nightmare. Guys, I have no idea what this is, so I guess we're about to find out here. This is coming from the channel The Microcosm. Let's encounter it.
It all began as a standard winter cruise, a simple 7-day round trip from Cape Liberty, New Jersey to the Bahamas.
Okay.
Thousands of passengers boarded the Anthem of the Seas, one of Royal Caribbean's newest and most modern ships, expecting warmth, calm seas, and a relaxing break from the February cold.
It's a beautiful
Instead,
ship.
what happened
Beautiful.
on February 7th,
Is that a storm?
2016 became one of the most infamous incidents in modern cruise tourism.
Got it.
A powerful, unexpected storm that struck one of the world's most technologically advanced ships.
Nope.
Leaving
Yeah, guys, this is like legitimately my biggest fear. This is why I don't mess with cruises.
passengers terrified, injured, and wondering how such a thing could happen. On February 6th, 2016, Royal Caribbean's
never been on
Anthem of
one.
the Seas departed from Bayonne,
At
New
all.
Jersey, with over
purpose.
4,500 passengers and 1,600 crew members on board.
Okay.
It headed towards Port Canaveral, Florida.
Did everyone make
By
it?
plan, it was scheduled to visit Nassau and Coco Cay, Bahamas, and was due to return on February 13th, 2016.
Okay.
It was
week?
supposed to be a routine 7-day voyage to the sunny shores of Florida and the Bahamas. Passengers, settling into their staterooms and exploring the amenities of the massive Quantum-class vessel, anticipated only
class.
relaxation and luxury. Instead, less than 24 hours later, they found themselves trapped in a harrowing, real-life drama that would grip the global media and change cruise line weather policies forever.
You guys
They
had
were
never heard of
sailing
this.
directly into a bomb genesis cyclone, a storm that intensified with terrifying speed to produce hurricane-force winds and massive waves.
Okay.
When Anthem of the Seas left port, the captain and the cruise line were aware of a storm system developing off the coast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina.
And you still went?
However, the initial forecasts suggested that the
Like you purposefully risked the lives of all these people that you were basically in kind of control over?
Hatteras, North Carolina. However, the initial forecasts suggested that the weather, while rough, would be manageable for a ship of Anthem's size and technological sophistication.
Okay,
The
manageable.
plan was to outrun the worst of the weather or navigate around it.
All right, so
However,
guys,
the
I
atmosphere
have a
had other
question.
plans. On Sunday, February 7th, as the ship moved south, the low-pressure system underwent bombogenesis. This meteorological phenomenon occurs
Yeah, it's
when a
wild.
storm's central pressure drops
Completely.
at least 24 millibars in 24 hours. The storm exploded in intensity, far exceeding the initial computer model.
Yeah, these are generally like hurricane, like gale force, but with over 100-mile-an-hour winds type of thing here. And don't get me wrong here, the ship itself, if it's brand new, it's like the most technological marvel that exists at the current time, let's say this year. Just because they say that it can potentially make it, it doesn't really kind of explain how the people that are on the ship are also going to make it, if that makes any sense here. Hopefully every single person that experienced this has made it here. But if the ship in fact held its own here, that means that the shipbuilders did a great job absolutely making sure that it's safe for these type of things. But again, it doesn't take away the psychological toll, most likely, of experiencing these things. But again, let's hopefully hope that they all made it here.
By the
Into the
afternoon
eye
of
of
February
chaos.
7th, the situation on board deteriorated rapidly. What was predicted to be a gale with wind speeds of roughly 40 to 50 knots transformed into a
Still
violent
high.
tempest. Passengers enjoying the ship's indoor amenities began to notice the vessel listing heavily. The wind outside roared with deafening intensity.
Don't they have
By
stabilizers?
late afternoon, Captain Klaus Anderson made a critical announcement.
Okay.
All passengers were strictly ordered to return to their staterooms and remain there for their safety.
Well, sounds like they got a free trip.
The statistics of the storm were staggering. The ship's onboard sensors recorded wind gusts exceeding 100 knots, 115 miles per hour, equivalent to a Category 3 major hurricane. The sea state was equally terrifying, with waves consistently reaching 30 feet,
Nah, bro.
9 meters, often
Nah, bro.
crashing over the lower decks and splashing against windows on higher levels.
It's my biggest fear. I'm telling you, one of them. I don't mess with
For the thousands of
gigantic
souls
ships.
on board, the experience was visceral and terrifying.
This is real
As
footage?
the ship battled the waves, the stabilizers fought hard to keep the vessel upright.
Okay, so they have
But the
stabilizers.
sheer force of the ocean caused the massive 168,000-ton ship to list significantly, sometimes leaning as much as 20 degrees. Inside the cabins, the scene was chaotic. Unsecured items flew off shelves, drawers slid open and slammed shut. Passengers watched the ship's dedicated TV channel, which displayed the ship's position and the wind speed, watching the numbers climb higher and higher. The ship's public areas took a beating. In the shopping esplanade, glass panels shattered, sending shards across the floor. Ceiling tiles collapsed in corridors, and heavy furniture in the lounges slid across the rooms, piling up against walls. Videos later posted to social media showed the surreal sight of massive waves completely engulfing the portholes of the lower deck.
No, that's not for me,
Despite
guys.
the
I'm
violence
sorry,
of the
can't do it.
motion, the ship's propulsion units, the azipods, remained functional. Captain Anderson had to maneuver the ship to keep its bow pointed directly into the wind and waves. This technique, known as heaving to, is
So you don't
crucial
flip
for
over.
survival in such conditions. If the ship were to turn broadside to the waves, the risk of rolling over would increase significantly.
Yeah.
For over 10 hours, the Anthem of the Seas held its ground, effectively stationary, fighting the Atlantic. By the morning of Monday,
Aftermath.
February 8th, the storm began to subside. The winds dropped, and the seas, while still rough, became navigable. The sun rose over a battered but intact ship. Miraculously, there were no serious injuries.
Broken glass.
A handful of passengers suffered minor cuts and bruises, but the
It's a good
ship's
thing.
structural integrity held
It's a good
firm.
thing. Guys,
However, the psychological toll was significant.
there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Like, the only thing that mattered to me would have to be referencing, or at least by default pointing out, the psychological toll. Because, guys, that is the... Like, if everyone made it, which it sounds like they did, like minor scrapes and bruises potentially, right? From probably falling, from being, occasionally at a 20-degree angle from the ship, at least, right? I can imagine how that could kind of throw you off balance pretty fast here. So it has to just come down to whatever type of like psychological torment you had basically gone through during this here. Now imagine this whole time, you're probably not even thinking you're going to make it here, guys. This is kind of why I'm saying, it wouldn't surprise me if they just got a free trip out of this and probably, hey, listen, please come back. We don't want to lose you as customers. Let's give you a solid discount on the next one you guys choose or something like that. I'm almost positive, guys. Hopefully that was kind of what happened here, because again, this definitely feels like something that would stick with people pretty much indefinitely. In terms of like PTSD and things like this, of these gigantic monstrosities that are kind of floating over the ocean here. Understand this here. You can build whatever ship you want to build, bro, right? Is it going to be, in fact, let's say, stronger, right, than the currents of the ocean? I don't think so.
Many passengers described the event as the most terrifying night of their lives,
I can imagine.
genuinely fearing the ship would sink.
I can imagine.
Assessing the damage and the passenger experience, Royal Caribbean made the decision to cancel
ahead.
the remainder of the voyage.
Okay, so we
The
went
ship
back.
turned around and limped back to New Jersey. The cruise line offered a full refund to all passengers and a future cruise certificate worth 50% of the fare paid.
There we go. That's the only way you can get people back, bro. The only way.
The incident triggered an investigation by the U.S. National Transportation
NTSB.
Safety Board.
Yeah, generally the NTSB kind of goes after like planes, though. I didn't know they also did boats.
The incident triggered an investigation by the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB. Released in 2017, the report was critical of the decision-making process.
Like, they're heavy in like Alaska.
The NTSB determined that the probable cause of the incident was the captain's decision to sail into the path of the storm.
In fact, I blame him
based
also.
on forecasts that, while underestimating the
extent.
storm's peak intensity,
Let's just say
still
that.
predicted very dangerous conditions.
I think he had a quota.
The investigation highlighted that despite the ship being seaworthy, the risk to passengers and crew was unnecessary.
Immense, right?
As a direct result of this perfect storm, Royal Caribbean and the cruise industry at large overhauled their weather avoidance strategies. They established a dedicated severe weather operations center in Miami, staffed by maritime experts and meteorologists to support captains 24/7, ensuring that no single person bears the sole burden of interpreting complex weather data in isolation.
That wasn't a
The
thing
storm
before?
of 2016 remains a testament to modern marine engineering.
See?
The ship survives
Nope.
conditions that might have sunk
Pass.
vessels from a previous era, but it also serves as a humbling reminder that no matter how large the ship, nature always holds the upper hand.
Oh, yeah. You can
Anthem
build
of the
whatever you want to
Seas,
build,
the
bro.
second ship in Royal Caribbean's Quantum class, was designed to introduce a new era of technology-focused cruising.
Okay.
Her construction began in late 2013 at the Meyer Werft shipyard in Papenburg, Germany, one of the world's most advanced shipbuilders. Using block-building techniques and precision automation, the ship took shape rapidly, with hundreds of modular sections assembled under a massive covered hull. At 348 meters long and 168,666 gross tons, Anthem of the Seas became one of the most innovative ships of her time. She was built with a sleek hydrodynamic hull,
It's beautiful.
advanced stabilizers,
It is.
and highly
Look
efficient
at.
engines designed to reduce
It's a
fuel
modern
consumption.
marvel.
Her features included the North Star observation capsule, the Ripcord skydiving simulator, and robotic bartenders, all
Robotic
firsts in the cruise
bartenders.
industry.
All right.
After her hull was completed, Anthem of the Seas was carefully floated out of the construction hall on February 19, 2015, and moved down the Ems River during the famous Conveyance, a slow and precise journey to the North Sea. Sea trials followed, testing her engines, navigation systems, and safety equipment.
God, guys. Listen, okay, hold on. So I've always, in fact, ran from the idea, even when invited on cruises and things like this, I've always ran from the idea, right? I mean, I just can't imagine. Like, I've seen like so many storms at sea consistently. Like, I stalk the weather radars consistently. It may sound weird, but I do, right? Like, pretty wildly, actually. And so every time I see something in the ocean, I'm like, bro, why is everything always happening kind of around North Carolina, Virginia? Why is shark attacks always out there, bro? Oh, so many questions here. And like that in itself. So now imagine, I guess, put yourself in the shoes of someone who is completely isolated, even though you are in this modern marvel that has malls and dance clubs and all types of absolute crazy amenities and luxury. You are still, in fact, isolated, guys. Right? I mean, if something was to happen, who can really come and save you immediately? No one. Basically, that's kind of what I'm talking about here, and that's kind of why I've always stayed away from these things, bro. And then that, of course, in the storms, like the largest boat I've ever been on, I would say it would be a ferry, specifically the ferry. The largest ferry that I've ever been on took off from Tarifa, specifically in the south of Spain, and it went to Morocco. Right. And that was the largest ferry that I've ever been on. And again, I'm not a fan. All right. Like, I don't care. Listen, I will never do this again in my life. I'm telling you, I was paranoid. I cannot stand, all right, even though like the Mediterranean is like super, like generally still, let's just say this year, it is a one shot type of thing. There are massive, massive waves that you do encounter here. Seasickness is a thing. And that's what bothers me. All right. Like, I get somewhat dizzy occasionally when I'm driving. I don't want to be, no, motion sickness is not, I don't like that, bro. All right. I'm sorry. And then seeing this here, bro, I'm glad everyone's alive. My only thing is like psychologically, that absolutely would be damaging. This is definitely going to create some type of PTSD. That seems like a guarantee, to be honest here. Definitely feels a lot like that. Completely. And it looks like we definitely encountered some like real footage, so we can kind of see exactly what was kind of happening at the time here. And that I think makes it even a little bit more haunting. But again, luckily everyone is alive. That's the only thing I care about here in the context of this here. I'm tired of like encountering like loss of life over super unnecessary things, guys. And I would say that this pretty much constitutes as a massively unnecessary thing because again, the captain knew, right? And what did it come down to? All of these people paid all this money, right, to get onto this ship here. We're going to do it. That's it here. Like, he's trying to fill a quota. He has a job to do. And if you think that he's the only one that should have taken blame when it's here, no. You should have looked at the people who were basically pressuring him, most likely to leave, even though the weather was in fact terrible. You think that the captain didn't tell someone, hey, listen, the weather's bad, bro. All right. So maybe we should probably do this here. What happened? The higher ups came in. Of course, they're going to be massively unnamed here permanently, right? And the captain is going to take the hit on it completely, right? But maybe I don't know. Maybe he got fired. Maybe he got some severance before taking the literal hit. Let's say. But either way, I'm definitely glad that they kind of made a brand new branch of something that has the ability to kind of look at like maritime disasters or incoming maritime disasters. I think that's definitely the smartest play here, guys. So, all right. Again, glad everyone made it. But listen, if you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and catch you guys later. Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies, and I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry. Right? Listen, like and subscribe.